I was like, man, normally it says recording up top. I don't see it anymore. You just started talking, like going into a story, talking to the audience. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe
I was
she's
ready to go.
maybe she's knows something I don't know.
No, I
Yeah,
definitely do not ever know more than you.
you were just going. I was like, okay, sure.
Getting stabbed in the leg by a cat right now.
Yeah, that's
These
unusual.
pants are not thick enough for cat nails to go in them, you know?
No, you gotta trim her nails. She's on something.
They just grow so fast. I literally trimmed them last week and they're already sharp again.
Again, you gotta get her something to actually like,
Uh,
you know. Okay, if you're gonna do that the whole time, just kick her off your lap.
no,
Come
there's
on.
a spider.
Then use the cat. Also kick her off your lap. It's the same solution. Did you die? Did you die? Is that what happened?
No, but it looks like a baby wolf spider. So I'm like, do I need to be
A
concerned about a bigger wolf
baby
spider?
wolf spider. That was your assessment, huh?
I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Baby wolf spider. I'm gonna Google it. Let's see. Wow. You mean that it's like gray or a little brown? Is that what you looked at?
A little stripey on it, you know? Very
A
tiny.
little stripy and tiny.
Yeah.
So you freaked out because there was a tiny spider?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, me and spiders aren't friends, okay?
I'm sure. But the good news is tomorrow is Halloween. So it gets nice and spooky just to start off this week's episode. And they give you a little jump scare.
Happy Halloween, y'all. So I can talk about my cup now.
And
Well,
I know that last week we talked a lot about horror movies, but boy howdy, Ripley's going to talk about a cup for a while.
okay, well, welcome back to Mindless Prattle, where we talk to you about things happening in and around Austin and Texas and whatever else we want.
When have we
Welcome back.
ever done that? I don't know that that's an apt description. I think you need to change that. The stories from Oslo. I think it's just anything that I find interesting. That's what we talk about. I don't really
Yeah.
care if it pertains to Austin or to Texas at
I
all.
try to like include a few things, you know, that are like
I
relevant.
don't care enough.
But anyways, welcome back. We are here talking to you on this fine Halloween Eve. It's raining. So,
Spooky.
we were talking about this cup I got. It's from TikTok from a shop called With
Don't
Love and
put
Coffee.
we. There's no we in this. You were so excited about this cup. You started talking about it before hitting record. That's how
Yeah.
excited you were about this cup.
Yes. But it's like a blood drip cup, and then it's like a Starbucks cup that she customizes, and then it's got like blood dripping down in the middle of it. It looks really cool. It flows when you move the cup around, and then it's got like a sparkly, evil-looking siren instead of the normal one. It's so cute. I love it. It looks even better in person than it does in the photos, actually. But it's from a shop called With Love and Coffee. So if you're into things like that, like she's just put 10 more up on her shop, I'm pretty sure, because they've been flying off the shelf. Um, but yeah, I really like it. And I didn't pay full price. It was like $50, but I had a TikTok coupon, so it was only $24.99 because I had never bought anything on TikTok before.
Thank goodness, because otherwise we would only have like 18 Starbucks cups. But now with 19, we feel complete.
I won't buy another one. I just don't have a
That's not
Halloween
true.
one.
Don't lie. Don't you lie to the people like that. I won't buy another one. Oh, okay. We
I mean,
all believed that.
it's nice that I can trust the things I buy off TikTok because they have like some really cool literature merch that like shirts and stuff people have designed for their favorite books, and I'm like, oh, I want that for Christmas, you know. But I didn't know if I should trust TikTok Shop, but it's pretty great. I like it.
I was setting aside at least another 5 minutes for your cup story. I'm gonna be honest. I uh, hmm. Well, okay. So we were at. Are you done with your cup? Was that it? That was the
Yeah,
whole.
I mean, I figured you wouldn't want me to talk about this cup for 10 years.
I don't know. You have a lot of weird fetishes like that. So then you're drone on about. So maybe you wanted it. Maybe you wanted the cup more. I don't know.
But yeah, I really like the cup, and I would Oh god, I can never get the Starbucks Halloween cups because they just fly off the shelf so quickly. So I just really wanted this, you know. This year Starbucks released these like 3D pumpkin mugs, which I gotta find a picture and show you because I can't like accurately describe it, but it looked like an actual pumpkin, and then you just take the top off and it's a mug. Like it was so fucking cute. Um, but they didn't bring any to my store, so I couldn't get any.
So is that like an actual Starbucks cup, or did they change that? Did I miss that part?
Yeah, like they'll just go buy like the plain cheapy Starbucks cups and then like design them like how they want them to look.
So it's not an actual like Starbucks made cup. Someone took the Starbucks cup and they were just like, fuck it, copyright infringement, and made their own cup and then resold them.
Yeah, but Starbucks is fine with
Okay.
it.
What do you mean
The
Starbucks is
the
fine
rule
with it? Why is
the
Starbucks
only
fine
rule
with
with
it?
Starbucks being with that is that you can't use an employee discount to buy cups and resell them for the original price. Like, you have to buy the cups at full
You
price
can
to resell them.
you can decorate and resell any of their cups as long like they just don't care. What if you like just say fuck Starbucks on there and resell it and resell a bunch of cups that just say fuck Starbucks? Anyway, you can do that. Is that allowed?
Yeah, but just so long as you're not buying it at a discounted rate and then selling it for, like, full price if you're an employee.
What do you
But
mean buying
usually
at a discount rate? Like, can you not just go and buy like a bunch of cups that look very similar and put the Starbucks logo on there and be like, oh yeah, crazy.
you could also do that. I'm sure some shops do that.
See, see what I'm saying?
But yeah, I bought a few. Like a few years ago, I bought everybody on my team like ice cups, custom ice cups from Etsy.
Yeah, sorry, I laughed because I have the mind of a child.
Why
I
would you think?
have no, I'm scrolling through some news sites and one of them just says local nuts are forecasting a harsh winter in DC. And it's a
Pretty funny.
picture of a dog stepping on acorns. I was laughing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So how was your week?
Apparently oak trees have produced a tremendous quantity of acorns this fall. Hickory trees and black walnut trees have turned out an amazing crop of nuts as well.
Is that
Scientists
good?
say we're having a mast year in which hardwood trees produce nuts in much greater abundance than normal. Folklore predicts a cold and snowy winter will follow. Uh, the old farmer's almanac says acorns that fall heavily means a cold winter is coming. Similarly, a large crop of walnuts means a snowy cold season. So we're just basing this on the farmer's almanac.
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
I was gonna say, didn't the Farmer's Almanac say that this year was gonna be a really like wet, cold winter?
I I thank you for you just recapped what I just said. All right. Glad you were
Are there
paying
like other
attention.
things like that that it's like, oh, if this happens,
I
we'll have a cold
feel
winter?
like you're yelling at me this time. What's up with my volume up too high? Maybe that's it.
Is it? I
I don't know.
mean, I'm a
Sometimes,
little
dude,
loud, but
you sometimes your mic is very loud, and then like every other little bit, it's just like, like it's cool. Um, I had the weirdest time at McDonald's the other day.
did you?
I did. So
Why?
we were in Walmart, and you would have had to, but I shooed you away.
Yeah, I got to sit in the
Um,
car with the AC. It was nice.
yeah, so we were in Walmart buying like something for something I can't remember. Oh, because you were snacky
Snacks
and you
and
wanted
water.
Cheez-Its. And on the way out, I was like, oh, it's about lunchtime. Let's get McDonald's because there's a McDonald's here. And you were like, yay, you're the best. Let's do it. Ah.
I was so happy
And
you recommended it because I was low
so
key really wanted McDonald's, and then you were like, "Let's get McDonald's," and I was like,
yeah.
"Yes, I love you."
I didn't recommend anything. I was like, "Are you hungry?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What do you want for lunch?" And you're like, "Well, there's a McDonald's nearby." And I was like, "Well, that's crazy. I'm already on the app." Uh, but anyway, so we went over to McDonald's, and I was like, there was a decent amount of people there, and I was like, "Yeah, just go wait in the car. I'll grab it and come right out." And you're like, "Okay, sounds good." I was waiting there for I don't know, 15 minutes maybe.
It was a while at
And
McDonald's.
the entire time, yeah, which is thought it was strange, like it was slow. But I found out that they just didn't have chicken nuggets, so they had to go into the back and get some, the flash frozen like bag and opened it and poured it in the fryer. And I was like, oh, that would be why I'm still waiting. But before that, I was okay. You know, like when I say the people of Walmart, you have an image, right? Like you can see the people I'm talking about. Like you get an image in your head when I was like, yeah, I had to deal with the people of Walmart or like the
Mhm.
people of Walmart. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Walmart people are different, yeah.
yeah. So boy, howdy, that McDonald's was just like the congregating point for all the people of Walmart that you've ever seen in like YouTube videos or TikToks about people of Walmart. They all showed up.
Yeah,
I
it
I
was
don't
so
know
crowded.
how. There was like there I I don't even know. Let's find out where to begin here. So I was standing off to the side, wasn't sitting down because I thought it'd be quicker than 15 minutes. Anyway, so I'm standing to the side. First one that comes through, he's got the hat on backwards. He looks like he's lived in the sun his entire life, like
Hmm.
the wrinkliest person. And then he had the Confederate flag on the t-shirt and like the cut off jean shorts. That was guy one. There was another woman who looked like she could have been his twin, but they weren't related, and I could tell because they walked to opposite sides, and when they like met in the middle, they didn't interact at all, and they were just like "Rah." And then there was like two high school kids. All right, car outside my door.
That was
What are
pretty
you
loud.
doing? Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was like, "Roar."
Yeah, Garrett, that's the dude who always peels out. He's gonna do it again. He knows when we're recording. I'm telling you. Get out of
Tradition.
here, kid. Anyway, so just a bunch of people like that, like, and throughout the entire time I'm standing there, they were the nicest people. Like every one of them, every single one of them came up and was like, I was again not anywhere near the register, but every single person that you would look at and be like, you're going to be in a compilation on YouTube someday. Every single one of them was just like, oh, excuse me, are you in line? I'm ready to order. And I was like, no, you go ahead. Every single one. They said it to like people. There was a little kid who was wandering around and they put up a bag of food on the counter and they called out the number and the little kid goes over and he put up a thumbs up and he goes that is the number on there, you got it right. To the cat,
Good.
to like the little worker. And I was like, what's going on here? And then the kid ran over and sat at one of the tables, but not with his mom. He sat at the table with like the wrinkly old dude with the
Hmm.
Confederate flag on. The little kid was black, and I was like, interesting. And they just sat there, and the dude in the shirt was just like waved at him and smiled. And then the mom was like, come over here. Sorry for disturbing that you, sir. And they had like a pleasant exchange and they walked off. And I was like, what? Oh, okay. All right. I
This kid
don't,
was like, "You're gonna be
sure.
my friend now."
Yeah. And I was like, dude, the dude with the, okay. And I was like, maybe he doesn't know what that flag is. I guess. I don't know.
The
I was like, I don't know
mom's like,
what.
"Sweetie, get away from that man."
No, she apologized to him. She was like, sorry for having him bother you. He likes to just sit down and wander off a little bit. And the old man was like, no, no, it's fine. I understand. It's hard for
Plus,
kids to
like,
sit
I feel
still. And
like
I was like,
nobody ever takes the
okay.
time to just talk to old people. Like, sometimes old people just wanna talk.
It was, and then there was a guy in a wheelchair. He was sitting in between the McDonald's entrance and the entrance to the Walmart.
Yeah, I remember
And
seeing him.
his two like I don't know who they were, but the two people that were with him were at the table, and everybody that passed by he would wave and say hi to from the
Aw.
wheelchair. And everyone that waved back and said hi, he would get like all smile and he would turn towards the two people at the table and he's like, they said hi too. And like kept telling
Aw.
different people that people said hi to him. And I was like, I'm in the nicest McDonald's right now. Like there's just nice people here. It's very
Honestly,
weird.
we encountered a lot of nice people the past few days.
Oh yeah, and then coming off the what was it, the elevator coming back from the wedding, we were both dressed up, and some guy was just looked at both of us. He goes, "You guys look nice." And kept walking.
We had that conversation with those people in the elevator together, and then when I had gone downstairs by myself to leave and go help set up and everything, like I told you, when I got in the elevator, it went up, and I looked so confused, and this door opened, and, like, 3 women got on, And I was like, "Sorry, I thought this was going down," and then suddenly it went up, and they started talking with me about it and laughing, and then another lady got on, and I can't remember what happened, but the 3 women and I just, like, looked at each other and started laughing, and it was just a really nice moment. I don't know what's up with people this past week, but got some good positive karma going, I guess. Or maybe people in San
I don't.
Antonio are just nicer. I don't know.
I don't know. Their driving skills would say otherwise, but
Oh my god, yeah. Oh,
all their roads are terribly curvy and windy for no reason. I hate it.
and the paving is, like, bumpy almost everywhere. Lots of
There's
potholes.
also that. But yeah, so we just got back from your sister's wedding, if you want to call it a wedding. It was more just they said
I
vows
guess you could call it,
and
like, a vow
then
renewal.
there was a party. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It's like they renewed some vows and then we had a party. That was
Their
about it.
wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Is it? Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
Married on Halloween.
But that's why I was like, okay. It was very odd because they kept calling it, a wedding. Everyone who showed up was like, "Oh, it's a wedding." Got it, because there's a full setup for a wedding. And then there was no officiant. There was nobody that like knew the sequence of events that was happening. Like everyone walked down the aisle, stood at the front, and then they exchanged vows and they were like, okay, that's it. And they just started walking off. Like they didn't make any announcement like, oh, we're gonna go take pictures, enjoy cocktail hour, nothing. They just walked off and everyone was like, should we like follow them outside? Or like what are we supposed to do here? So like half the people followed them outside. The other half just like kind of sat back and chose tables of where to sit. And I was like, I don't know what's going on right now, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
And then go ahead.
no, I forgot what I was gonna say, it's fine.
Well, and then they set out, like 100 chairs at least at the tables, and right after the ceremony part of it, there was maybe like 50 people there, but between the start of cocktail hour and the end of cocktail hour when dinner started, like 50 more people showed up. And even after that, people were still showing up. I'm like, you guys are the worst wedding guests. You missed the ceremony part and then showed up for like the dinner and alcohol part. You're just a party. Like, okay, thanks.
It was, an interesting mix too. And did I tell you, so my sister's, husband obviously is Hispanic, and I'm helping with all the decorations and stuff, and his mom, like, made all these little signs saying, "Please do not take decorations." And I asked her, I was like, "Will they do that?" And she goes, "Oh, you haven't met the Hispanic people yet." And I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, I have a lot of Hispanic friends actually, and their families don't just, like, steal shit like that, you know? Um, and she's like, "Yeah, like, Hispanic families, we just do that. Like, if they see something, they'll be like, 'Ah, Dios mío,' and grab it and take it." And I was laughing, but at the same time, I was just
Okay.
like, "Is that so fucking rude, honestly, like,
Yeah, like
you
you
paid
show up
money
to
for
someone
that."
else's wedding and they're like, what a cute little lantern that they put on this table. It's mine now. Like, okay.
I thought that was interesting, but she was trying to mitigate it as best she could, and I was like, "Maybe your family," but I don't know.
I don't know. It seemed kind of strange to me that she would like took charge of certain things, but not all the things. Like she was very adamant, like of where decorations went and where like the wedding arch was supposed to be and where things were supposed to be placed. But then when I said, okay, well, where do you want, like what order are they walking down the aisle? And she's like, oh, I have no idea. I'm like, but you know where the wedding arch goes? Like, why do you know that part, but not the so okay. I was like, I sure, I don't know.
But, I had fun with you, and I enjoyed dancing with all the little kids.
Oh my gosh, they kept spinning. Like their dance moves include spinning and then spinning some more. And I was like, boy, I'm glad I'm not drunk right now because it
I
was
will
like,
say, though,
yay,
I gave
spinning.
the best tipsy maid of honor speech ever.
Yeah, both of you. Okay, you gave your speech, and it was a speech, and
I think it was
it
pretty
was
good. Everybody said I did
You re
great.
I know, that's because they were all drunk too. You repeated the same points 4 times. I was like, "Yeah, we got that part already. Uh-huh, yep, he's loving, respectful. Yep, loving, kind. Got it, next." You were like, there was some like in between the love and kindness. Yes, there was like a half of a story, sort of, and then you jump back to, and then she found someone with all the love and kindness that she deserves, and you're like, yep, that's how the speech opened too.
Listen,
But then I was like, all right, that's good. But then the best man gave a speech, and his speech was basically, yeah, well, I'm glad that you're happy and here, and I like playing games with you, and congratulations. And then oh, I lost my place on the page.
listen.
Yeah, that's it. And
Did
congrats.
you
And I was
expect
like,
a bunch of
what?
gamers to be the best speakers?
Oh my gosh. Well, and even then, Gabe, like at the beginning of it, like at the very beginning, he's like, "Oh, I haven't spoken in front of this many people." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why normally the officiant's there speaking."
I think
Crazy.
I think if I like had more than a day's heads up though, I could have really blown it out of the water.
You had a day's heads up. When did you get told about it?
The day before the wedding.
That you had to give a speech?
Mhm.
You're the maid of honor, though. Why wouldn't you just like assume you have to give one?
Because I thought she had said they weren't gonna do speeches at first.
No,
Then
I'm pretty
the
sure you're
mother-in-law wanted
thinking of
everything, like,
our wedding.
traditional.
Nah, our wedding, I'm gonna stand up and be like, "Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it and everybody's love and support and love and kindness that Ripley deserves." And we're if anyone wants to make a toast, you're more than welcome to. The mic will be over there. If not, I'm just gonna keep partying. I think that's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Like,
get some cake. Thank you.
yeah. If not, we're gonna be over there cutting some cake, doing whatever.
I didn't even have any of the cake. I just had that little bit of the cookie.
I I didn't either, but when I went over there, they said it was red velvet. It definitely was like super dark and looked like chocolate cake. I think they had two tiers, like a big chocolate cake is the base, and then the smaller red velvet up top. And I didn't see any red velvet over there.
And then they had little cakes too, but I didn't get a good look.
Yeah, like they had pre-cut up like the middle tier into little cupcakes and put them in little cups, and I was like, oh, okay, makes sense, but weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still had fun.
No, it was good. I had a lot of fun. It was funny. Those getting ready rooms were tiny, man. Oh my god.
Absolutely tiny. I've literally never seen one that small before. Like,
It was like that used to be part of the bathroom, and they were like, I guess we can put a little wall in between. And you're like, okay.
so did you go to the bathroom? Did the men's room have locks?
No, the men's room had urinals. That's I didn't go into the
So
stall though.
in the stalls in the women's room, they had like little hooks, and normally like there's a little wire loop or like a little notch or something you could put the hook in.
Right, right.
There was nothing to put these hooks in, and I had drink coffee, and I had to use the bathroom. Like I had to go, man. Like I had to go. Um, there was no lock, so I'm trying to like use the restroom, and then I'm like holding the door shut with my leg, and I did not enjoy it. It was not a very good time. 0 out of 10. Would
And
not.
then the door in the getting ready room, it was a barn door, but it also didn't lock because it's a barn
Yeah.
door. So
Would it
you're like,
shut all the
how
way?
yeah, and you're like, how does this help? And then
We're trying to get dressed and
the
shit, and people are just walking in and
right,
out.
right. And then the window like that you can use to look out into the like ceremony space, the curtains didn't close all the way. So anybody who walked past there could just look in and see anything that was going on in there. And I was like, I don't know what to do about that. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's something.
Yeah, it made me it just I mean, obviously, I know I'm biased because it's gonna be our wedding, but, like, I'm really excited about the getting ready room for our venue. Like,
Yeah.
lots of places to sit
Like, what
down.
are you guys doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm playing Xbox and foosball. What are you doing?
Yeah, I will be and we got 5 mirrors to get ready with, 5 chairs to get ready in, and a couch and stuff, so there's no full shower, but I think I'll probably be
I
showering the morning
saw
of
that.
anyways.
I saw that there was a full shower there, and I was like, "That's kind of a strange thing to put on a behind a door that doesn't actually lock." Like, hmm.
Yeah, I bet, like, people used to stay the night in their getting ready rooms or something.
Where? Like, there was no
I mean, like,
place to
not, like, in
sleep in
that
there.
place specifically, but, like, back in the day, you know?
Oh, maybe I don't know. It was very strange that the venue had two weddings going on at the
Yeah,
same time
I've seen
and
that at some
no
places,
signage.
but
Like, there
not
was
at,
no
like, a venue
sign.
that small. Like, I really didn't feel like they had 2 weddings space.
No,
Like, we could
okay,
have
I
very
mean, they
easily crashed
had
that other wedding.
yeah, like, they had us in the barn, and then literally, like, a 20-30 foot walk away was an outdoor wedding out in this, excuse me, little pavilion area. But there was one parking lot, and there were no signs, so you could have easily just walked into whichever wedding, and then if you walked into the wrong door and didn't recognize anybody, you'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I guess I'm in the wrong place," or something. Because like, there were, again, no signs anywhere.
Yeah,
They
I think,
finally ended up putting out, like, one little sign next to each entrance that just said, like, "So and so's wedding barn, so and so's wedding pavilion," and you're like, "Cool," but, like, how are you supposed to see those from far away?
yeah, I have no idea. I think, obviously Gabe's mom was pretty upset, and she's probably gonna be asking for a refund on certain things because she was telling me there was a lot of things that they had paid for, that didn't happen or weren't there, and so it seems that that's a
Like
common thing
what?
with wedding
What did
venues.
they pay for that wasn't there?
I don't remember specifically because there was a lot of little things she was complaining about, frankly. Uh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but, if you're paying that much money for something, it should be the way you want it. Seems like venues do that a lot, though, like, even at your sister's wedding, they, like, Samantha kept having to pull out her, contract and be like, "No, in my contract, you said I could do this, so I'm doing this."
Yeah, she had a lot of stuff that she was like, "That doesn't make any sense."
I'm thinking about food.
Yeah, I don't have any food here, and I really don't feel like going to the store to get groceries. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight for dinner.
Oh, what do you have? Like, anything, or
What do you mean? Oh, what?
I just we just had McDonald's, so you probably don't want that again, huh?
Okay, I don't know where you're getting lost in this. Where did I lose you at in that
What do you
little
mean?
story? I don't know. You said, "Oh," like it was some surprise. Like, what was the surprising part
There
of what I
nothing was
said to you?
surprising. I don't know why I said it like that, I don't. I just kinda said it.
I was very confused
Oh,
as to what was surprising about that statement to you. "Oh, you need to eat nowadays?" "Yes, dear."
I think I'll have pasta for
Oh,
now with some
man.
fries. Or soup. It's a rainy day. I can make some grilled cheese tomato soup.
You
I don't have
tomato
to
soup is not a real soup, okay?
I love tomato soup. I
That
add
doesn't make
milk
it a
and
real
cheese to
soup.
it, and it's great.
That still does not make it a real
How is it
soup. That
not a
just
real
makes it
soup?
worse for your stomach. That's what it makes it.
Listen, how is it not a real soup?
Because it's like 2 ingredients. They're like tomato paste, water, have fun.
It is soup season.
I agree with that statement, yes, because it's
We should
getting
make a ham and
colder and
potato soup.
soup. See, that's an actual soup. Yes, it has substance, there's some meat in
I'm a
there,
soup
like,
girl. I could eat soup every day.
you're ridiculous. Even when we were living in the desert and it was 110 out, you were like, "Do you guys wanna make soup for dinner?" And we're like, "No, why would we want some hot ass soup? It's 110 out."
Homeostasis.
No. "Oh, you're
Your shit.
sweating on the outside? Why don't you sweat on the inside too? Yay." Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It'll acclimate you to heat.
It will not. That is not how that works.
What? I like soup all the time.
You know how I can tell that's not how it works is because when you go and boil yourself alive in the shower every day and then you get out, you're like, "Oh my god, it's freezing in here." And it's like, I don't know, 75 in the apartment. I'm like, "No, it's not freezing. You're just trying to get used to a temperature that doesn't exist here. It's only on the surface of the sun." That's where you are.
That So I think I was allergic to the medication that I was taking.
Which one?
I was taking mirtazapine
Sure.
before, so that's my mental health medication, y'all. And I was having some really bad stomach problems and throwing up like all the time. But now that I've switched medications, like I'm still getting a little nauseous and stuff. Like that's pretty normal for me anyways. Um, but like I'm not getting sick all the time anymore.
Crazy. I like how you were like, "You know what? I've only been taking this medication for like 3 months and I've only been getting sick for like 3 months, but I'm pretty sure it's just my lifestyle." What? Like, what?
Okay, well, so to be fair, my psychiatrist and my doctor were like, "I think it could be because you use cannabis products." And And I was like, "No, like, I've had some stomach problems induced by that before. This is very different." And that's usually, like, when you're using it a lot, like, when I was in Vegas and smoking, like, every single day. I definitely consume it a lot less now, especially now that I'm on medication, and I was just like, it doesn't really make sense that, like,
If
it
it didn't make
it
sense, why would you not just test it yourself? Why would you not be like, well, I didn't smoke at all this week and I still got sick, so it's something else? Like that was like the whole test you needed to do.
Well,
Like
that's pretty
what?
much what I did because, like, after COVID, I stopped vaping and everything because it was making me feel sick, um, or because my throat was so fucked up, I couldn't do it, and then I just stopped vaping for a little while, and I was like, like, I still don't feel good, so I don't think that's entirely it.
Crazy.
But, the once you say you use cannabis products, doctors are just like, "Oh, it must be that." And I'm like, "Man, I miss Vegas." Doctors weren't so judgmental about it there.
Okay. Wait. Oh boy.
But, yeah, if you guys cared about my medical problems, there you go.
Yeah. It was so helpful for that
We could
moment.
cut all that out if you want, like,
And
not entertaining.
I, I
I've
don't
just
care.
gotten so fucking hungry, and, like, all I can think about is food right now, and I'm, like, trying to think of stories to tell and
Crazy.
stuff, and I'm just like, my stomach is growling.
Well, that's gonna be the spooky short Halloween episode for us. That's
Oh, okay, I really wanna watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
I've seen trailers for that, but
It's got
who's
Josh
is it?
Hutcherson in it.
Is it John? Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, I haven't
That's
seen him in
right.
anything in a little while, so I think that'll be good, honestly. I like him. I first saw him in, like, Bridge to Terabithia.
Yeah, yeah, he was in that. What else was he in when he was a little one? I can't remember. Um,
Matthew Lillard's
Josh,
in it too, apparently.
Josh, what's his
Fucking
face?
love Matthew Lillard.
Who the fuck is that?
He's from Scream, and then he also played Shaggy.
Oh, he plays Shaggy. Who Scream? Get out of here, Shaggy. Come on. What-
Well, he was
He's in
known for
Scream.
Scream
Why are you?
before
No,
Scooby-Doo.
don't you lie. You're not gonna lie like that to me.
He was Josh Hutcherson was in The Hunger Games, duh.
Duh.
Yeah, no, the first thing I saw him in was Bridge to Terabithia. Let me tell you, 10-year-old Ripley was not fucking prepared for that movie.
Movies. Let's see.
Do you remember
Bridge
the
to
ending of that?
Terabithia, 2007. Yeah, she dies. That I've read the book too. It's
The book
crazy.
I didn't feel like was as sad as the movie.
2007. He was in Zathura. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, with, Kristen what's her face? Kristen the chick from Twilight?
Yeah, Twilight Lady. He was in Little Manhattan. He was in Kicking and Screaming. He's been in a lot of good stuff.
He's had a pretty good
He
career.
was in Howl's Moving Castle.
I wonder who he played.
That's what I'm looking up. Hold on. Where it doesn't. What? I'm not seeing him. Maybe he was in maybe he dubbed one of the voices or something.
Or maybe he's just, like, a side character that didn't even get, like, a whole credit.
I guess. Where did it go? What? It just
Okay.
disappeared on me.
It does say the English dub version stars Gene Simmons, Emily Mortimer, Lauren Bacall, Christian Bale, Josh Hutcherson, and Billy Crystal.
Yeah, so he's probably one of the dubs. That's what I was thinking because I was like, none of these people are. Yeah, he's got to be the dub then.
I'm looking it up. He voiced Markle. Who was
Ah, of
Nathan?
course, I remember that. He was in The Forager. He's in Chase the Stars, Tragedy Girls, Miracle Dogs, The Rusted, The Long Home. He's been in a lot of stuff, man.
Oh, the little kid with the red hair.
Ooh, he dubbed that. Okay.
Nice.
Detention,
You know what? Christian Bale took me by
Jumanji,
surprise in that movie. I was like, "Holy shit, this man does not look like his voice should be that deep."
Polar Express. He was in the Polar Express.
Oh, yeah. It's been a really long time since I've seen that.
He plays Hero Boy. Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff. Journey, Journey 2, Journey 3, 57 Seconds. What is that? He's in a movie with Morgan Freeman? What? 57 Seconds. What is this? Oh, he gets time travel powers, but he can go back in time 57 seconds. Okay. It's a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh boy.
That's a
That's
pretty big disparity between IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes.
they also it has a 54% audience score, but a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's it's not
Hmm.
great for a movie. Yeah, all right. Guess it wasn't that great.
Man, Taylor Swift released her new album on
Oh,
Friday.
good. 36, huh? That's how long we made it this week.
Oh
That's
my
cool.
god, just shut up.
I'm just saying. Yay. I bought Starbucks and we went to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, those are things I like.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't even bribe you with Starbucks. It's not fun. Like,
What would you need to bribe
like,
me for?
no, be quiet. So you look up and you're like, oh, how to do cute things and surprise significant others. And you know what's in like the top 5 or top 3 of like every website ever or every whatever you're reading ever is like, oh, surprise her with Starbucks. You robbed me of that. Okay, you've taken it and
Listen,
you've thrown it down the drain. No, I
honestly, you could
can't.
still bring
You
me
would be
Starbucks and I'd be
upset.
happy.
No, you'd be upset. I'd show up and
No.
I'd be like, "I bought you this," and you'd be like, "Ugh, you got me a grande mocha instead of a frappuccino light macchiato," and I'd be like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And you'd be like, "And you paid full price?" I'd be like, "Look, I don't have your discount," and then you would just basically just be like, "Nah, go sit at home, sweetheart. I'll order the coffee from now on," and that's what would happen.
If you
All right,
brought me a
that's
soy
how it
London
would
fog tea
happen.
latte, I'd be so happy.
See, that's not okay. Like one of those was a city. Like what
It's called a London fog because it's made with Earl Grey tea.
Oh, thank goodness. That makes sense. Yeah, you know how in London they just like spread Earl Grey tea around in the fog? Like what what are you talking about? Are the people just smoking Earl Grey tea in London and making some fog over there? Like what are you
No, because so there's 2 different types of like breakfast tea lattes. We have the Royal English breakfast tea latte, and then we have the London fog, and it's got Earl Grey in it, and I always tell people they can remember because the Earl is in London.
So is the royal. What do you mean? They have royalty in London.
Oh
I
my
don't
god, shut up. Nobody's ever said that before.
This is what I'm saying. You just expected me to know that you have some new breakfast London fog green tea situation going on, and you wanted me to order it somehow. Like it's uh, can't do it. Mm-mm. You have robbed me of that. You've robbed
Okay,
me
well,
of all the little surprises. What am I
you
supposed
could
to
bring me
do?
flowers.
I'll show up and I'd be like, I brought you coffee. And you'd be like, you dare bring Dutch Bros into this establishment? And you'll like snap your fingers and like all
I
the
like Dutch
baristas will
Bros.
turn to me and be like, how dare you desecrate the sanctity of this place? It'll just
I
be a
like Dutch
nightmare.
Bros.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm just saying you can't
I
just
like
walk
their
into a Starbucks with some Dutch Bros. That's not how it works.
I like their white zombie coffee.
I, cool. I, you know what I mean?
Or you could
Like,
give me like
hey
a
guys,
plant, like a little
I've
succulent.
I got you a bagel, and you'd be like, cool, we sell our own, and or you'd be like, no, well, there's a bagel shop right around the corner, and I get a
No, okay, you
discount
know
there
what?
too.
If you wanna
So,
surprise me with a bagel, I need you to
mm-mm.
find me a cinnamon sugar bagel because they don't have them next door, and I fucking
That's
love
just
cinnamon
a
sugar bagels.
donut. What are you talking about?
No, like a cinnamon sugar bagel with, like, honey cream cheese, it's so good.
What?
They
What are
have them
you
at,
referring to?
I think they have them at, like, Einstein's.
You want an Einstein's bagel, even though you work next to like a gourmet bagel place that gives you discounts and you have your own bagels. Okay.
But they're not cinnamon sugar bagels.
That's because that's a donut topping. That's not a bagel
It's a
topping.
great bagel, shut up, you don't know.
It's gray. What?
Great.
Well, you can grate whatever you want on top. Cheese, Parmesan, as long as it's not like sugar, then it's just a donut with extra steps. It's like if you were trying to make a donut, but you were just like, oh no, we got the bread wrong. We made it bread instead of dough. That's what it is. We should make
Listen,
donuts sometime.
are they hard to
I
make?
not particularly. I mean, the shape maybe, but you can make like donut holes pretty easy. Just drop little little balls of dough in there. Bloop.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Matthew Perry died yesterday.
Yeah, like a little bloop with the donut. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we could talk.
What the fuck was that transition?
You know,
Oh,
my
yeah, someone got shot. Okay, what?
I didn't get shot. I
I
mean,
didn't say he got shot, I said someone got shot. You need to use your ears. 18 people got shot in Maine. Did you see they captured
yeah,
that guy?
yeah, I did.
They found him in, like, a recycling plant or something like that?
Yeah, I just it's sad. Or even like you remember a few months ago that 6-year-old brought a gun to school and shot their teacher?
No.
Yeah, so a few months ago that happened, and the teacher is suing the school district. And the judge hasn't voted on it yet, but the school district responded and basically said she should accept that getting shot at is a part of the job description of a teacher.
Yeah, like, we're just gonna all accept that.
Love this country. But you know what? Local Texas elections are happening until November 7th. Um, so I voted early, but you guys should go out there and vote because if you want things to change, we have to be the people that do it. No one
Yeah.
else is gonna do it for us. So
Speaking of that, since we are one of the only countries that can't figure out universal health care, make sure that you go through your open enrollment period because it's that time of year again. And you can get health insurance and make somebody else richer. There you go.
yeah. You know what though? Okay, so my insurance is pretty good. Like I'm lucky, you know. It's not crazy expensive. But like my copay at the doctor the other day was like $30. I was pretty impressed with that.
You were impressed that you had to pay for basic medical care? Yes, I'm so impressed.
But you
On
know,
top
like
of paying every month for medical preventive care. Yay, so exciting for you.
I guess when you put it like that, it's not
Yeah, like,
exciting.
you wanna compare it to anywhere else in the world? Let's compare it to, like, I don't know, anywhere with universal healthcare. If you are not paying out of your paycheck towards, health insurance, you walk into the doctor's office, they give you a checkup, and then you walk out. That's it. That's the whole process. And then you like, oh, you have to pay a little bit more in taxes. Yes, you have to pay a little bit more in taxes. But guess what? It's still less than the amount you're paying for healthcare and anywhere in the world. Any job that's not giving you free healthcare and not charging you for it, you'll be paying more in fucking for healthcare than you will be for the tax
Yeah.
that it would cost
You know,
just to have universal healthcare. It's
I feel like
crazy.
this country just really needs somebody to shake it up. Like I'm not the
You heard
Republicans,
it
the
here first.
Democrats,
Ripley's all
everybody.
for revolutions.
Well, the Republicans, the Democrats, they're all the same. They're just keeping America divided and like focused on like stupid bullshit things instead of solving actual issues that are affecting our lives. And it's just
Yeah,
getting exhausting.
didn't you say that company that paid its base salary is 70,000 for every employee? Didn't you say like every one of them ended up having a kid, and every one of them, every employee has bought a house, and
Yeah, they
their
did a
productivity and profits are up?
He
Like
started this like
crazy.
6 years ago. CEO's name is Dan Price. It's like a credit card processing company. But they did a follow-up because at the time when he first announced he was taking this $1 million pay cut and raising some of his employees were making 35K a year. So like he doubled their income overnight.
Right.
Um, but people were talking about it and like did a follow-up and they were like just amazed because they interviewed one of his employees and they were like, "Yeah, we just had a baby and we bought a house." And they were like, "Oh, like how many other people?" And they were like, "Every single person in our office had a baby. Every single
Yeah,
one.
every
Every single
single
one of them's buying
person
houses."
is able to afford the cost of living and buying a house, so they have the ability and the time to, I don't know, have a child, contribute a little bit more to society, ensure that there's more workers when we grow up, like
Yeah, did
when
you
they
see the
grow
new
up, you
Speaker of the
know? It's
House said,
crazy.
"It is every woman's duty to birth a worker."
Yeah, I did say that. I'm like, boy, I'm so excited for the new speaker after that intro.
Right? And it's like, wow,
He
he
also, like, in the not while he's been speaker, but beforehand, I saw some quotes that was just like digging into him. They're like, here's a few quotes from the newly elected speaker that he's trying to forget about. He's once quoted as saying that he knows that women get abortions after the child is born, therefore it's killing the child.
what?
Yeah. You know how they do abortions after the childbirth?
It's like that fucking guy who said ectopic
Like,
pregnancies should be saved. Like, y'all literally know nothing about science or women's bodies, huh?
I just thought it was funny. They had a couple quotes on there from him, and I was like, "Boy, this guy sounds
I'm not
great on
excited.
paper."
But you know what? If that's what they want, if they want us to be having babies, they need to make it
It
accessible.
yeah, they need to you need to put out the means or, like, the actual, like, ability for us to survive while also having a child. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if
And, you know, don't
even
treat pregnant women like crap because, like, it's like once you get
yeah,
pregnant, they stop caring, you know?
that's what I'm saying,
In
like,
Japan, they're treated like
what
celebrities.
is, uh, let's see, child, let's see, per year. Let's look at that. The average cost of a child per year is $22,000. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't have an extra $22,000 every year for a child and to be looking at like a house and saving up, like for retirement. Like, it's not possible.
Well,
Like,
and to add to that figure, the average cost to give birth in the United States just for pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum care, 18,000.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So your first year, you'll be paying close to $40,000 that what do you want to look at that in perspective. $40,000. If you're making 725, the federal minimum wage, right? Times your 40 hours a week, times your 52 weeks, you're making 15 grand a year and they're charging you more than double that to have a child. Like, how are you supposed to survive? Even if you doubled this and had, say, two people working minimum wage, you'd have 30,000 per year before taxes. You, how would you ever afford a place to live and a child? Like,
You
it's
can't.
not physically possible. Like,
I think we should talk about something more positive, like,
crazy.
before we end the podcast, though. I hate, like, leaving it off
Why?
on a negative note, you know?
You're the one that brings it up. I probably
There's just
brought
so
this
much to
one.
be angry about, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably brought this one up, but whatever. But yeah, that company is doing incredibly well. Their profits rise. They're continuing to rise. What is it?
I think they said they've, like, tripled the amount of clients they have had, and they've, like, doubled their profits or something like that.
Yeah, because everyone wants to work there.
And everybody told the CEO that he would go
It's
bankrupt if he did it, and
yeah,
he
it's
didn't listen.
called Gravity Payments Inc. is the name of it. Um, let's see. Let's look and see. Gravity Payments. Let's see. Let's see their income. Yeah, they're making close to 500,000 a month right now in revenue and paying 70 grand a year to their employees. It's crazy.
And yeah, I just like I have such respect for that CEO because I feel like you genuinely can have an amazing quality of life and not need to be a billionaire, you know? Like it's not necessary.
Here's an update on it. In September 2019, they issued an additional increase of 10,000 to all employees in the Boise office, with the salaries increasing every year until 2023 when it would reach 70,000. In August of 2022, the company's minimum salary was 80,000 per year. So they've still got it. If you're in the Idaho area and want to go for it, I don't know if there's probably very competitive, trying to get those jobs because
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
imagine a
everybody's
lot of
trying to
people are
apply
trying to
there.
apply there. Yeah, but a little bit of good news. Go work at Gravity. I forgot the name already. What was it? Gravity something? Gravity Payments?
Payments.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was typing while I was saying that. And I'm like, Gravity something. Yeah, Gravity, the
I haven't
song
seen
right
that
down
too.
there. What else is going on in your life right now?
I'm about to reread Akatar
Oh my gosh, why? Why are you reading that for
because
like a fourth time?
well, no, because the new book in Crescent City is coming out in January. So me and my book club are rereading all of her other books so we can like refresh it. Because she's like connecting them now. So we're trying to refresh it,
Oh my gosh, just go to Spark Notes. Come on, you
remember
went
all the
to
details.
college.
I didn't use SparkNotes in college. I used it a lot in high school though.
Yeah, whatever, you know what I mean.
In college, I took classes I really enjoyed, so, like, the stuff I was reading, like, I wanted to read.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you took classes you really enjoyed in college. I think you took mandatory classes as well.
Oh, I did also take those, but, like,
That's what I
honestly,
thought.
like, for psychology, even the classes that I wasn't really into still were pretty fun, you know? It was usually the professors that, like, I had a problem with. Like, honestly, some
Yeah, they're the
psychology
ones that teach
professors
it.
suck. They're really rude.
Okay. There were two classes in the same year that I took. And the way my college worked was each class had 3 hours of like class time per week. So normally what it would do is certain classes would run an hour a piece on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and other classes would run an hour and a half on Tuesday and an hour and a half on Thursday. That way you could take more classes and they wouldn't all overlap at the same time, you know?
Mhm.
And so there was the option of a block class, which these two classes were block classes. And what that meant was they were a 3 hour span once a week.
Oh, I took one of
And
those.
boy, I had two. They were back to back. So I had 6 hours of class, like back to back. And the best part of it was the teacher was the same teacher for both classes. One of them counted as a core class that I needed for my degree. The other one counted as an elective that I needed for my degree. They were the same class with two different names. And boy, was I mad that I had to do the same work twice. Like literally everything was the same. Okay. We had to read the same books. We had to do the same assignments. We had to take the same quizzes and exams. Like word for word, it was identical. And anything that wasn't multiple choice, I had to do twice. So like if it was like write, a 5 page on your opinion on this. I had to write 5 pages of an opinion on that topic and then do it again with a different opinion for the same topic. So I
Nice.
ended up having to do it twice, but it was a fun 6 hour block that I had. I was like, awesome.
No, I
This is
took,
super fun.
a nutrition class. It was on Fridays, 3 hours. Literally the worst. Like, I hated that class. I hated that class so much. It was so boring, and the teacher tried as best as she could, you know, but it was nutrition. Like, there's not, like, much to make that fun, you know? Um, she did, like, have, like, days where she'd bring snacks to class and have us try different, like, protein bars and talk about them and the differences and stuff, but man, not my favorite.
Okay, so every other day when I come back to the hotel, or like it's usually like 2 or 3 times a week. When I come back, the microwave just says power failure, and I'm like, why are there so many power failures at this hotel? I really don't know.
That is concerning.
It's never when I'm here though. Like I've almost never had one while I'm here, but every 2 or 3 days when I come like back from work, it just says PF on the on the microwave. I'm like, what? Okay. They finally started extending my room key though, because we're
Yeah,
here
how long
for
does it
so
last
long.
now?
Well, they finally just put it as like a permanent key because what they did when we first got here was they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna give you this key. It expires in 30 days. You're gonna have to come get a new one." I'm like, "Sure, whatever." And every 30 days, I'd have to go get a new key. Well, after like the fifth time, they're like, "Well, it looks like you're here to stay, so we'll give you this one that doesn't expire." And I'm like, "Thank you." Now I don't have to like randomly put down everything in my arms because my key stops working on a random day of the month.
I thought that was funny when we got back last night, from the wedding, and then
Yeah, and then the key didn't
the
work.
key did not
That's
work.
what reminded me of it. I was
My
like,
feet were so sore too, and I was just like, "Please don't make me go back down there."
yeah, why would I? That was so you were like, I really don't want to walk back downstairs. I'm like, why would I make you walk back downstairs? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go get a new key. I'll be back.
thank
And
you
then
for
you got
taking
so
care of it.
upset. You were like, but there was no one at the desk, and we're gonna be here all night. And I'm like, would you just calm down and sit for a second? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I walked downstairs to the desk and I rang the bell. Somebody walked out and I was like, yeah, my key's not working. I'm in this room. They're like, oh yeah, here you go. And they scanned it. I got it should work now. I'm like, all right, thanks. And then walked back up. And, and I came back. I was gone for maybe like a minute total. and everything that you were carrying was like splayed out on the floor, and you were like leaning against the door. And I'm like, really? You couldn't have just like leaned next to the door? Now I gotta wait for you to pick up all your crap off the floor before I can open the door.
I thought
Like,
you were gonna be gone a lot longer
get out of
because
the
you did the
way.
stairs.
Yeah. I looked at you and I'm like, get out of the way. I'm trying to open the door. And you're like, oh, I didn't know you'd be back so soon. I'm like, I didn't go to like the Pacific Ocean on a voyage. Like I went downstairs and came back. Come on now.
I was gonna say something I forgot.
Oh no, I'm starting to get phone calls from work people.
Oh, no. Well, it's been about an hour, so I guess we can cut it off here.
Yeah, that way I can go call these people back and see what they
Go
want.
watch Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right. That's going to do it for us this week. We hope you enjoyed it, had fun. We know we did. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.